I think that probably in the Fourth Republic, he has the best start as a first year in government. Because I think the governors yesterday, inflation at 5.4 is the lowest since 2002. Since 2002 is the lowest. And you look at the economic indicators. So for me, I think the first year generally has been positive in terms of the economic outlook for the country. And I've always held the view that everything about life is about economy, because everything will boil down, bottom line will be money. So if you are able to handle the issues of the economy, then it can benefit all other sectors of society. So for me, economically, it's been good. In terms of his discipline, how he wants his appointees to behave, his warnings to appointees, and some of the actions he has taken against some of the appointees that issues have come up with, I think it has been swift, and it's also a good sign that he doesn't want to tolerate people who will come and destroy his second term. For the first year, I think he's shown that commitment to do that. So far, I think that he can be proud of the achievements of his first year in his second term. But see, if you want to look at clear policy to say first year, what are the major policies that have been implemented by this government? If you look at what the finance minister has put up, they've passed some laws, they've done this, they've done that, but it's not really about the productivity that the economy needs to rise. So if you take out the rising gold prices, which we all know that whatever we are enjoying today is because of gold. Gold is single-handedly holding the economy.
True.
When you come to poultry production, we can't say anything about improvement. If we say rice production, we can't say anything about improvement. Normal, even local food production, what can we say about improvement? In terms of our roads, not significant improvement. Is the existing project they came to meet that are continuing. So nothing really significant, apart from about 2 or 3 road projects they have awarded as a big push. Is that the contract that's been awarded and it's just starting? So not really anything in that area. You come to education and health infrastructure. Which education infrastructure have they started in the first year? What health infrastructure have they started? So if you look at almost all sectors of the economy, you realize that the infrastructure projects or the kind of initiative that you say really the government has taken a step and spending money. In his first year, not significant things have been done in those areas.
Perhaps because of what he inherited as an economy and the need to maintain fiscal discipline is what is resulting in the...
that's where I'm coming to. So I'm saying all this to come to the point that, so when we're talking about John Mahama's first year being good, you should understand it was a foundation laid by the previous government. I have said that the moment we did the DDEP, that is the proper reset of the economy. It is just like when we did HIPIC. When we did HIPIC, half of our debt was forgiven. But where did we get to? We have come back and we have now come to do a DDEP and reset the economy again. So if you look at, you take our good prices, that they've awarded some big push projects, okay? What are the other things, all that I've mentioned? We cannot point to real growth in those sectors. So we must all accept as a country that he has come to inherit some good foundation laid by the previous government. They took those painful decisions and lost an election. But they did it because they believe that that is where the country must head, and it will be the best interest of the country. Next year, all the projects and the monies they are expecting is not because our revenue is going to shoot up and they will generate more money. No, it is because a lot of the monies in terms of loans and grants that we have with our bilateral partners were suspended when we decided to do the DDEP. The argument of the donors was that we gave you loans, we gave you grants, we signed all these things based on certain criteria, certain conditions. DDEP is set to change all those conditions under which those, so they suspended the release of those monies and said, let's wait till we are done with the DDEP. If we are done with the DDEP and they are satisfied, they think that based on the new conditions, they want to continue to release the money, they will. So now that the DDEP has been done, almost a lot have been completed since this government came to our 12th. I think I signed about 5 or 6 of the bilateral agreement with various countries based on the DDEP conditions to agree that monies will now be released. So in this year, a lot of the donor monies that are going to are not like newly negotiated monies under this government. There were negotiations done by the previous government. Monies were coming, and because of DDEP, they were suspended.
Right.
And now that DDEP is over, and now we have renegotiated with them, now countries are agreeing that they will now release these monies to us. So some of the money, a lot of the money will come this year, are going to be for continuing projects.
Okay.
Continuing projects. I think that there were about 52 or something projects that had to be suspended because of the DDEP. Now that we are resolving them, the monies will come, but they are going to be for those existing projects. They are like, it's not like this government came and they have negotiated new contracts, new agreements to do new projects. No, they are now going to start those kind of processes this year. So, as I said, I commend the government because a government can come and say, all that you have agreed to do, me, I will do otherwise, and the economy can go worse. But when they came, they saw that the foundation laid by the previous government is a good one, and they have to continue. Because from now to 2028, we are going to get about 4.7 billion of our debt that we should have raised money to pay. They have been forgiven. So the pressure to service our debt itself is down. So you have some fiscal space that if you're able to generate some more revenue, now you can spend on development. Now the biggest challenge is whether we can increase significantly revenue generation. And then if they can also negotiate new loans, deals, and the rest with other countries so that they can bring in more money. Because in terms of our revenue generation, we are not doing much about revenue generation. That one, the fact is that if we look at the money that we raise in this country completely, if you pay salaries, if you pay statutory payment, and then you pay interest on our loans, almost 70-80% of all the revenue we are able to get in a year as a country is gone. So to build roads, to build hospitals, build schools, do all kinds of those things, the money has to come from somewhere else because your revenue generation is not going to be able to take care of that. And therefore, it has to either have to borrowing grants if you are lucky that countries want to give you free money through grants, fine. So clearly, the first year, we must understand that if that $4.7 billion that Ghana should have paid, if the DDEP had not been done, there is no way this government can achieve anything close to where they are today. If the previous government had decided that if I do DDEP, I will have a bad name, and they didn't do it, and they still lost elections, and John Mahama comes in, even with the rising gold prices that we are talking about, our economic indicator will know where it is. It is because we have created that reset and said we have to reset the Ghanaian economy from 2024 to 2028 and put in specific dynamics we want to achieve. Now we have even surpassed some of the targets already because of the way they decided that the government will not spend above what it can raise. Because the point is that you can't even do it because you are not generating enough revenue. You don't have access to the capital market to go and borrow. So where are you going to get the money to do more than you have planned for? Your donor partners that have also suspended is now that you are now initialing the final agreements for them to start releasing money. So in actual fact, we don't have the fiscal space to spend immediately. And therefore, there was no way they were going to do new things. So the fact that they decided to stick to what the previous government has set up, and they realized that following through and getting these indicators is good. But see, I've always said that the difference between growth on paper and real growth. Real growth is when rice production maybe has been reduced by 20 or 30%, when poultry import has been reduced by 20 or 30%, when normal food import, fish and all the kind of things you need, when you realize that you are doing real growth, that is where employment comes in. The biggest problem we are facing in the country now is unemployment. Now that they have this good paper growth on paper, translating it into real growth is the next step. And that is what starts from this year. Because you have your honeymoon period for the 1 year. We all agree that the indicators are looking good. Now that we all say that the indicators are looking good, we will now expect those indicators to translate into our real life.
We should move beyond beautiful statistics.
So for those who are looking for jobs, the expectation is that this year, jobs should be everywhere. Those who are into business and are getting higher interest rates, with inflation now at 5.4%, with this and that, they will be expecting the banks to reduce interest rates significantly. So when they go borrow from the bank to do business, the rate of borrowing is lower, and then they can manage. So there's a whole lot of expectations this year based on the good indicators on paper. Now translating that into real life experiences for people is what has to start this year, and that is what I think that the government now faces. For me, I hope and pray that nothing happened to gold prices, because if you look at everything that we are boasting about, it's simply because of gold prices rising up. It's not if you take gold prices up, and the fact that BOG and the finance ministry have a policy coherent, they've all agreed that it should go the same direction. Not that BOG will say the economy should go here, then the finance minister no, because of pressures we have to go there. For now, in the first year, there is that policy coherence between central bank and then the finance. So they have done good things that if they can maintain this for the 4 years is the issue, because from this year, it's not the opposition. Your own party people are now going to say 1 year is gone. We are last 2.5 years to go into an election. Everybody's expectation now is going to build on the government and say, now that he's giving, even with all these good indicators, you have no excuse to give us any further excuse. We want to see the benefit. So nobody can take the credit from John Mahama's government, because if he had come and things had gone worse, we would have blamed him. So if he had come and continued what the previous government started and things are looking good, we have to give him the credit. Because if tomorrow there's something that is not good, we will blame him. So he has to take the credit for that. But as I said, there were also negatives. Removing the Chief Justice was a negative to him. Sacking people who had been employed before he came was a negative to him. There are many other things that he has also done in the first year that are also negative to him. But overall, he has a positive first term. And as I said, maybe in the Fourth Republic, we want to really do analysis, we may say he has one of the best first year in office as president, which if he's able to maintain it for the 4 years, he will leave a very good record. But the challenge now starts from this year. So for me, honeymoon period are good and everybody enjoys. This government and everybody should now expect that from now on, we all know what gold prices have done. But what about the houses employed? What about business who wants the interest rates to come down? Who are the people who are looking for their roads to be fixed? Who are the people who are waiting for their water problem to be fixed? Their hospitals to be built and all that. The decisions that they have not continued Agenda 11 project the whole first year, they've not done anything about anyone. It's a very bad thing. And it's not good for them.
All right, Elvis, thank you.
It's something that a health project is benefit the people in that area. And if a government starts a health project, come for the whole year, you are not continuing any of them. It's also not good for them.
Thank you.